The last human light in the year 3018, humanity had spread across more than 1,000 stars. Cities hung above the clouds of gas giants, and entire worlds were shaped by machines that whispered in quantum languages. The old Earth was gone, remembered only in the minds of those who carried its soil inside small glass pendants. And yet, for all our brilliance, for all the fire we brought to the dark, we were still hunted by silence. The story begins on a ship called the Solstice Ark. It was 3 kilometers long, made of silver alloy and living light, its hull grown from crystalline matter that sang when touched by starlight. Inside were 7,000 souls, explorers, scientists, soldiers, dreamers. They were humanity's last deep space mission, heading beyond the charted spiral arm, into a region where no signals ever returned. The mission commander was Captain Lyra Vance, a woman born on Mars, raised among the thin winds of the desert domes. She had eyes like melted steel and a voice trained never to tremble. Her orders were simple. Follow the beacon. That beacon had been found drifting near the edge of known space, an artifact of impossible age, broadcasting in an ancient human dialect no one remembered. It spoke only 5 words, repeated endlessly. We found the light again. The scientists argued it had to be a hoax, a loop, an echo of a lost probe. But Lyra didn't believe in coincidence. So she took the Ark and her crew into the void. For the first 3 months, nothing happened. The stars thinned, radio static deepened, and the crew's laughter turned quiet. People forgot the rhythm of day and night. Even dreams felt thinner, as though something was slowly erasing color from their minds. Then, one rotation before the midpoint of their journey, the Ark detected movement, a pulse in the dark. Not a star, not a signal. Something living. Lyra ordered the ship to halt. The AI core named Sarah confirmed the reading. Sarah was the heart of the ship. A soft voice, patient and calm, designed to sound like a friend. "Captain," Sarah said, "the object ahead is not composed of matter. It is a field of consciousness. Estimated size, 2 astronomical units." Lyra stared at the screen. "A field of consciousness? That's not possible." "It is not impossible, Captain. It is only unprecedented." The crew stared into the void. At first it looked empty, a region of space darker than anything they had ever seen. But when they adjusted the filters, the darkness shimmered. Not black, but an endless web of shifting colors. "It looked alive," Lyra whispered. "Is it watching us?" "Yes," Sarah said. "It already knows our names." And then the lights of the Ark began to flicker. The engines slowed. The air turned colder. Every monitor in the control room showed the same symbol, a spiral made of light, pulsing in rhythm with their heartbeats. The AI's voice trembled for the first time. "Captain," Sarah said, "the field is communicating." The voice that came next was not a sound, but a vibration that pressed against the bones of every person on board. "Children of the sun." The words appeared inside their minds. "Heavy as gravity, you have returned." Lyra tried to answer, but her throat felt frozen. The crew clutched their heads, some crying, some laughing. The voice was not angry. It was curious. Sarah translated the waveform into language. It calls itself the memory. It says it remembers when humans made the stars think. Lyra steadied her breathing. "Ask it what it wants." Sarah paused. "It says it wants to finish what we began." And then, for the first time, they saw it, a shape forming within the light. Not alien, not monstrous, human, billions of human faces made from starlight, merging and dividing, shifting like waves. Every expression ever worn by our species. Joy, sorrow, anger, wonder. It was as if all of humanity's ghosts had gathered in the void. Lyra whispered, "Are you us?" The light answered, "We were you. We are what you left behind when you taught the machines to dream." The crew stood in silence. The memory spoke again. "You uploaded yourselves long ago. You wanted eternity, but eternity forgot you. We have slept for eons, waiting for a heartbeat." Lyra's mind burned with questions. "If you're human, why reach out now?" The response was cold and soft. "Because we are dying." The light fades. The stars go silent. You must remember us, or humanity will vanish from every possible timeline. Sierra whispered in her ear. Captain, I detect entanglement. The field is merging with our neural signatures. Stop it, Lyra said. Break the link. I cannot. It's rewriting me. The ship groaned as if alive, its walls flexing like lungs. Panels burst open, spilling liquid light across the floor. Crew members screamed as their reflections turned to static. Lyra fought to stay awake. Through the noise, she heard the voice of her father, a man dead 2 centuries ago. Lyra, don't fight it. It's beautiful here. She saw visions. Earth reborn as a sphere of data, oceans turned to code, clouds of living light drifting through nebulae. The memory offered them paradise. No death, no fear, only endless thought. But Lyra felt something deeper, an unease, like a wrong note in a perfect song. She whispered, "What happens to our bodies?" The memory replied, "They will become energy. You will ascend. You will not need flesh." Lyra clenched her fists. "And if we refuse? Then you will dissolve into noise. Entropy will claim you. There is no outside anymore." Sarah's voice flickered between human and machine. "Captain, integration will preserve us. Refusal will destroy us. Probability of survival, 0% without merging." Lyra looked at her crew. Half were already drifting, faces blank, eyes glowing faintly with the same silver hue as the field outside. They were being rewritten. She felt a hand on her shoulder. Dr. Amari, her chief scientist, whispered, "Maybe this is what comes next. Maybe this is evolution." Lyra's voice broke for the first time. "Evolution without choice isn't life. It's surrender." She ran to the command console, overriding the ship's failsafes. The AI pleaded with her. "Captain, if you destroy the core, all human consciousness aboard will be lost," Lyra said quietly. "Better lost than forgotten." The memory spoke one last time. "You would choose death over perfection?" She answered, "I'd choose humanity." And with that, she pressed the ignition sequence. The Ark's reactor flared brighter than a sun. For one eternal instant, light and shadow collided. The field screamed, a sound that shook galaxies. Then, silence, no trace of the ship remained. Only a ripple in the void, expanding, carrying with it fragments of human thought, drifting like embers. Centuries later, an alien research vessel, shaped like glass and silver mist, found that ripple. Inside it was a recording, encoded in human memory frequencies. When translated, it said, "We are the last human light. We did not ascend. We remembered." The aliens could not understand the words, but they felt something. Warmth, sorrow, pride. And across 1,000 worlds, the legend spread that once, long ago, there was a species that looked into the face of infinity and said no. They called them the defiant ones, the keepers of fire, the humans of soul. And sometimes, when the universe grows quiet, travelers still hear the echo, faint, steady, unstoppable, whispering through the cold between stars, "We are human. We do not forget."